All right. I also want to catch you up on some news for our household, which is not happy news. We were supposed to go on our 4-day respite care. We hired a caretaker for Grandma. She moved into the room upstairs. She did the first 4 days beautifully. Then we had an incident on our property where a truck came into our backyard, drove around the loop of our backyard, stopped several times, and then sped out onto the road and just disappeared. And it was quite scary. And this girl, this woman, said that she had had some trouble immediately before coming to us with, a male in her life who had a gun and, whatnot. So my husband was quite concerned when he got home and realized that that had happened. And you can't get to our backyard without going to a great big long driveway and circling around. So it was intentional, okay? So when he got home and realized what had happened, he was very concerned about the safety of Grandma and I. And also everybody else who lives in the house. Nobody knew the color of truck. Nobody had friends with a truck that color. Nothing. So we put in a ADT camera system and alarm system on our front and back door. And because we have State Farm gives us a discount when we use ADT on our monthly insurance for the house. So one of the requirements is you must put in the cameras, which we did, and you also have to add some smoke detectors and some carbon monoxide detectors. Well, we have all of that. Every bedroom in this house, every hallway has a smoke detector. The living areas have smoke detectors, and I think we have 4 carbon monoxide detectors in the house. But you have to put in even if you already have them, you have to put in these other things. And one of the things was, it doesn't cost you more, but you have to do that. And one of the things that you have to put in is a flood monitor in every bathroom. And so we did that, okay? For our safety. For her safety, okay? On Friday morning, we got up so excited. We were going to go camping for our 4 days. We'd been planning it for 2 weeks. We had everything ready to go, and I pick up my phone and I look in my email, and she sent me a great big long delusional conspiracy theory email about how we planted, and I think her exact word was, human monitoring detectors in her bathroom. And we probably had them in her room too, but she couldn't find them, but she's sure they're there. And as a result, she does not feel safe living here. So I emailed her back. Well, I called her. She didn't answer the phone. I emailed her back and I said, wow. I was nice though. This probably is more rude than what I was. But it is definitely 100% more gentle than what was in my head. And I said, oh my God, when I hired you, you agreed and signed a 1-year contract, number 1. Number 2, we had a discussion about living in the house as adults. And if you have a problem or a concern, you indicated with your words that you were more than capable of coming to the person that you had an issue with and, expressing that concern. Number 3, that human monitoring equipment, I don't know, maybe it only monitors humans, maybe not like aliens or black bears, I don't know. I said that is a flood monitor required by our insurance company. And had you come and spoken with my husband and I about your concerns, we would have sat you down, called both AD&T and State Farm, and had them confirm that the device that has swirly conspiracy shit going on in your mind is a house safety measure, right? Our pipes burst. You don't live here anymore. Neither do the other people who live here. All right? You're the one complaining about a man with a gun in your past. Don't you want a house with a monitor on it? So I said, I expect you to be here at 8 o'clock per your contract. And you know what? She did not show. So my husband and I had already made our reservations. This is the morning of now. And so to cancel that late, we ate that cost. We do not have a respite care person any longer for Grandma. In the contract, it is written that if she breaks the contract, she is responsible for the rent. She has not paid rent. Okay. She did come here last night with, I don't know who, hope it's not the guy with the gun, and moved some of her stuff out. I sent her via email and taped to her bedroom door a 30-day notice to get the hoo-ha out of my house. All right? Get out of my house. And I haven't been up there, so I don't know if she read them or not, but we do not expect her to pay the rent, which is very unfortunate. We have to start from scratch. It took us a year to find this piece of work. So I don't know what we're going to do. So my husband and I were exceedingly angry and disappointed, and, you know, it was not, you know, pleasant in our minds and in our mouths for those 4 days. And so that's where we're at. This was not pleasant. So anyway, Grandma no longer has a caretaker. I did put a new ad out on Craigslist, and I got one crazy lady. Too crazy for words. I'm not even going to interview her. No, sorry, Bob. So, you know, life gives you some ugly shit sometimes, and this was a pretty ugly deal. So I think she threatened to sue us as well in that email for going into her private bathroom and putting in a human monitoring device. Okay, but that bathroom is not your private bathroom. It's a bathroom at the end of the hall. And when we had the interview, we discussed that while that bathroom is primarily yours, it is part of the communal living of the house. The person who lives in the room across from you will not use it because it has his own bathroom. So virtually, you know, whatever. Yeah. If you are a caretaker, you understand that it is probably the hardest thing you will do in your life. It is a lot of work, and it is work that doesn't stop, and it is work that you cannot take a vacation from. It is work that if we wanted to hire somebody from an agency, it's $48 an hour in New Mexico. I don't know what it here in the state of Washington. My guess is probably 60, 65. And when you hire them for a 24-hour period, you are paying for every single hour of that, even the sleeping hours. So you can imagine what that cost looks like. You can just take, let's just call it $48 and multiply it by 96 hours for a 4-day weekend. So I have had Grandma almost 2.5 years, and those days that we took in October were the first 4 days that my husband and I had to ourselves without the care of Grandma. Now, I'm not complaining about the care of Grandma. I want Grandma to live with us as long as she can. All right? She's my second favorite person in this world, but I am acknowledging that it is hard. All right? So if any of you are taking care of somebody, maybe it's a spouse who has a debilitating illness, maybe it's your parent who's gotten a little bit older, maybe it's a child, whatever, I understand what that looks like, and it is very difficult. So we are back to square one, and we're going to try to see if we can hire somebody else and see how that goes. Yeah. And back to that 4 days in 2.5 years, let me clarify that. There was never a time in that 2.5 hours where there was a 4-hour period or greater that I was able to take away from Grandma. Now, when I say take away, it means that I can get Grandma up in the morning, feed her breakfast, take her to the bathroom, tuck her in for her nap, and then I can run to Walmart and do the grocery shopping. Okay? I can be gone for 2 hours, even 3 hours. 4 hours is the limit, but it's that kind of stuff. It's not, and what can you do in 4 hours that you can't do at home? Obviously, we don't have the kind of budget to, be going out to eat and doing those kinds of things. So it's not like husband and I want to, go out to dinner and have a fancy meal. We're not that kind of people. Okay. And the reason why I have all those leftovers is because I cooked ahead so that Addie and I could take our own food camping, and it would leave this girl and Grandma with some pre-made meals in case they didn't feel like cooking while we were gone. Yeah. So I feel like I was able to express myself fairly adult-like to let you know what was going on. But I had to edit, and I'm just going to say it, a shitload of F words in my mind before they came out of my mouth for you guys today. But they've been flying around. And Grandma, Grandma's pissed. So this lady up here gave Grandma a stuffed turtle, and I told Grandma, I love you, Grandma, but that turtle cannot be in my house. I don't want that juju in my house. So I'm going to wrap it in a paper bag, and I'm going to dispose of it. It was a stuffed turtle. And then we will sit down, and you can pick out a new stuffy because you lost that one due to circumstances beyond your control. And she was immediately happy. We haven't done that yet. So anyway, that is the update. All right. So, put in the comments, how many of you are caretaking for somebody? How many of you have done it in the past? I would love to know. There are very good days. Most of the days are very good. Grandma is very enjoyable. She does not complain. Her personality is, positive. It's happy. She sees the good in everything. She's not like Pollyanna, but she sees the good in everything. She's easy to take care of. She's not, it's not like back-breaking work. It is just the need to make sure that my husband and I have some time. These are our retirement years, and I want them to be happy for us as we are getting older. We don't know what the future holds, if, we'll be able to go camping in a year or 2 years, if we'll have, a body that doesn't want to cooperate. Oh, and I took a fall down some stairs this weekend and jolted my hip and bruised the crappy doodle out of this leg over here. It is a war wound with sharing, but I'm not going to share with you guys. All right, I'll see you when the cookies get back, and we'll try to have a good day today. All right? Whatever's going on in your life, if it's a challenge, you'll get through it. Will it be fun? Probably not, but you'll get through it. You'll get to the other side of it, right? And then some good times will come, and then some bad times will come again, because the good and the bad, they are hand in hand. All right? There is no flip side. You do not get to be everlasting happy every single day of your life with no problems. If you are that way right now, I want you to check your pulse and make sure you're alive and breathing, and that you haven't, gone off to the, happy place, whichever happy place you believe in. Check yourself. Take your pulse. If everything's been rosy, rosy, rosy for a long time, you take that pulse, baby. You take that pulse. You make sure you're alive and breathing. All right. I see Georgie over there by the window. He came in last night and spent about an hour and a half with Grandma. I don't know if he'll want to come in now, and I think Grandma's going to take a nap, so I don't think I'll bring him in. But anyway, you are updated, all right? And I just want to hear some applause for keeping the F words out of this YouTube video. All right, you guys are a riot. I'll talk to you later.